Potion craft is an alchemist simulator, and I'm not talking about the kind of alchemy where you turn lead into gold or your brother into a suit of armor. I'm talking about the kind where you take some eye of newt and the thorn off a rose bush and create a potion of blindness. This game screams classic fantasy, with the art styling looking like it was taken right out of a hand-drawn storybook, and the music filling your ears with the feeling of being in a merchant store from an RPG. The characters also fit the setting quite well, with most of the people you'll be selling potions to looking like plainclothes peasants, and the more unique characters having very unique appearances. There's also an off-brand Geralt of Rivia, though I would say it's more of a nod than a ripoff. The sound effects in this game are surprisingly detailed. Crushing up different ingredients with a mortar and pestle actually create different sounds. The game doesn't have voice acting, but the writing makes up for it. However, it has its own problems that affect gameplay, so we'll get into it later. The writing has hints of comedy mixed in throughout. Most of the comedy is pretty lighthearted, with some dirty jokes mixed in. Kind of like a PG-13 movie that's just on the edge of the rating. Now to one of the more important parts of the game. The gameplay. Potion craft has a tendency to put you into a ritual each day. First, you gather ingredients by going to the garden, simply clicking on them, as the garden refreshes every morning with seemingly random ingredients. Next, you go to the front desk and find out what kind of problems people have that you can solve with potions. Now, there isn't any time constraint or rush to make the potions, but some of the dialogue suggests that what kind of potion you can make is up for interpretation. For example, some people have a chest or doors they want to open they don't have the keys for. So I thought maybe a strength potion to pry open the chest, or a fire potion to melt the lock, but the only potion they ever wanted was a dexterity potion. Which makes some sense, and looking back at it I should have clued in sooner, but I still spent way too long failing to help whenever someone asked me to open a lock. Returning to the order of operation for gameplay, once you have an idea of what potion the person wants, you have to go in the back room and make it, which at first involves exploring the alchemy map to find where the potion you want is located, but later is just navigating back to there using a larger variety of ingredients. The potion making itself is incredibly unique, and is certainly more interesting than eating spider eggs and giant toads to figure out their effect. You can even save the way you made a potion and make brewing it a one-click operation. Potioncraft has also perfected its inventory sorting, with a way to sort by the direction the ingredients travel. I only wish it saved what tab you're on depending on whether you're in the front desk selling potions or brewing in the back. After you brew the potion, then you return to the front desk and you can either just sell the potion for the price offered or you can haggle. Haggling is a mini-game all about timing your clicks on the squares that suggest you're basically having small talk about the weather, ingredients, or how the villager is glad their mother-in-law got eaten by a dragon. Regardless of what you're talking about, a better price is earned once you time enough clicks. But if you mess up too much, the price gets worse than it starts out at. To increase the effectiveness of your haggling, you have a skill tree, which you earn XP for by exploring the alchemy map and completing challenges. Now, this doesn't make the squares bigger or the timing easier. In fact, it does the opposite, giving you the option of harder haggling but better prices. The other skills are less interesting, but still have some value. One gives new XP orbs in the alchemy map every day, one gives you increased base price of potions, and the last one increases your vision around the potion in the alchemy map for increased effectiveness in exploring. While useful, I feel like some more skills focused on the actual potion making would have been nice. Maybe one that reduces how close to the center of the potion you have to be to get the strongest tier of potion, or a skill that increases the effectiveness of ingredients by repeating some amount of the path it takes, extending the value of each ingredient. Maybe even a skill that allows you to plant some small amount of ingredients to restock the kind you're low on. Putting my skill gap aside for a moment, I need to explain something. I may not be the king of slow and repetitive games, but I'm certainly the court jester. I've played and enjoyed my fair share of them, most of them being simulators, so I feel quite qualified to say this. Potioncraft doesn't change enough. I've struggled to write this review for so long because I want to love this game. The unique gameplay alone won me over and had me buying an early access copy, which anyone who knows me knows I hate doing. However, Potioncraft just doesn't add new features as the game progresses. Sure, it gives you more and more ingredients, but that doesn't change how I play the game that much. I thought the new starting fluid would change it enough, but besides the oil having oil slicks to slow your potions down instead of teleporting whirlpools, the fluid didn't really feel different. There also isn't really much of a story. There's seemingly an end goal in making the Philosopher's Stone, but no story reason to push you into making it. Overall, the gameplay of Potioncraft is unique, and interesting enough that I have to recommend it to those who look at it and say, that looks fun. But I also have to say that you may get bored before you finish the game. So it comes down to whether you want to buy the game for just the relaxing gameplay to sink your time into, or if the possibility of not finishing the game kills it for you.
I am going into battle, and I want your strongest potions. My potions are too strong for you, traveler.